Culturally Responsive Teaching by Rachel Cage,
Clarissa Jackson,
Haley Herring,
and Catherine Womack.
The first article that we found is called Intentionally Creating a Cultural Identity and Culturally Responsive Teaching Practice Workshop. In the article, teachers are given the opportunity to attend a workshop about culture. The workshop allows teachers to gain a new perspective about culture and how individuals can implement a variety of culturally responsive teaching strategies to help students grow academically and feel included in the classroom. This picture represents people from countries around the world. This picture relates to culturally responsive teaching because there will be students from all over the world in your class. It is crucial to keep in mind that this will be a challenging transition for these learners. As teachers, we need to create a safe learning environment and implement a lot of effective strategies that will improve their learning.
Culture, it turns out, is the way that every brain makes sense of the world. That is why everyone, regardless of race or ethnicity, has a culture. Think of culture as a software for the brain's hardware. The brain uses cultural information to turn everyday happenings into meaningful events. If we want to help dependent learners do more higher-order thinking and problem solving, then we have to access their brain's cognitive structures to deliver culturally responsive instruction.
The next picture we have is a group of students that are all speaking a different language to say hello. In your classroom, you might have students that speak different languages, but as a teacher, you are responsible for teaching them the same material, but be able to connect to their backgrounds. In this article from Educational Leadership, the title, A Framework for Culturally Responsive Teaching, it talks about how researchers have shown that there is no one teaching strategy that will consistently engage all learners. Therefore, no one strategy is right. The key is helping students relate lesson content to their own individual backgrounds. In this next picture, we have a light bulb filled with multiple students that all get the same ideas, even though they have different backgrounds.
Dad promised, but now they have to move again.
Hello and welcome to Teachings in Education, Strategies for Culturally Responsive Teaching. How can teachers create a more inclusive environment? First off, teachers should get to know their students. This means knowing more about them than their academic strengths and weaknesses, but getting to know them on a personal level. Next, have high academic expectations for all students. Too often, teachers, for some reason, believe that ESL students aren't capable of learning because of their language barrier. This does a disservice to them. Provide opportunities for these students to speak English. The more opportunities and practice students have to speak English, the better they will become in speaking English.
The next article that we have is by Geneva Gay, titled Preparing for Culturally Responsive Teaching. In this article, it outlines the explicit knowledge about cultural diversity that is imperative to meeting the needs of ethnically diverse students. This explicit knowledge should include understanding the cultural characteristics and contributions of different ethnic groups.
Culturally responsive teaching means reflecting and being willing to listen and change in order to respond positively and constructively. While caring about conveys feelings of concern for one's state of being, caring for is active engagement in doing something to positively affect it.